Is that working?
So it's working on the phone itself. Nothing coming through on the feed yet.
Not yet. There we are.
Oh, are we?
I see us.
I see nothing. Let me refresh. Oh, there we go.
There we are.
Oh, no, it's like way over there.
The focus is on me. There we go.
Better?
Yeah, that's better. Hello!
Hello, everyone.
What a long time it has been. That's on us.
Been over a year since our last live stream.
That is sad. But we're rectifying.
Right.
Rectifying!
And there's reasons why it's been like that. A
Oh.
lot of reasons.
We got a lot of catching up to do. And we will do it. We'll let some filing in happen. But hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for
being a friend.
Ba ba ba. Are we gonna do the whole thing or just that part?
Just that. That's good.
All right. That's just fine. Oh my goodness. Feels good.
Yeah.
This is feeling good. Being back.
Looney Tunes back in action.
What's that?
That was a movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it better than Space Jam?
No. Come on.
What is?
Yeah. Well, that didn't even need to be asked. But all the same, look how good our laptops look right next to each other.
They are colorful.
We haven't had this set up before.
Oh, where the laptops were.
Oh, and also, I was always on that side. We've switched.
Oh, yeah, that's true. In the home office, yeah.
Yeah.
It was, well, I always sit on this side of the booth, so I wasn't going to sit over there.
That's how that worked out. But even though if we both had our laptops, they were much more separated than they are now. But here you can see
they're twinned up.
Your pink one, my orange one, and all of our fun little stickers.
Obviously, the stickers are fun and colorful, but just like the cases themselves, like the pink looks good with the orange. They're like both very bright.
Yeah, and going with our water bottles are quite bright. We didn't dress very bright. You're wearing like a... Well, it looks brown on the camera, but it's more of a...
It's red.
It's like a maroon.
Maroon.
Cubby's hat, though. That pops.
Oh, and I wore this for a specific reason today.
Oh, that's right, which we'll get into.
Yeah, I dressed for warmth today. As we'll discuss why. Once again, we'll get into all that. But,
I bought the shirt big, and it looks it on the thing. I look ginormous with this shirt. There's like so much extra material.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is your shirts end up being like pretty baggy because you have very wide shoulders.
Right.
And so you have to buy for your shoulders.
Yeah.
So then
there's a lot of extra. Like, I'm not a small person. I could definitely stand to lose some weight, but these shoulders aren't going anywhere. This head. Not much to do about it. That's where the neck always gets stretched out. Mom used to think I just like ripped my clothes off the hanger, and I'm like, I'm not aggressive like that. That's not what's going on here. It is coconut mall. Dun, 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 dun.
It's a great head, though. Dare I say it's my favorite head in the whole world.
I don't have a witty rebuttal, so I'll just accept it.
It's full of wonderful brain and wonderful knowledge, and it's a great head.
Well, everyone's slunking in here, filing in here.
Yeah, let's say hi.
We started off.
Say hi.
Yes, we want to say hi, and I don't know what this is. I don't even know how it's pronounced. I don't even know what it's going for. But let's just go with, okay, Crociere, France. Hello from France. Gave us a wave. First person in here in the smiley face. So hello to you as well.
Bonjour.
Yes, bonjour, 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 bonjour.
I'm sorry, my pronunciation probably wasn't great.
Wow.
But bonjour.
But you know what movie we love?
Bonjour. 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 Oh, well, I went Beauty and the Beast.
Well, Pam Speckman is here. Hello from snowy Indianapolis, Indiana.
Hello.
Hello from still somewhat snowy, soon to be even snowier.
Yeah, there's some weather coming through this weekend. so it might be in a little snowier. I hope you're staying warm, staying safe on the icy roads.
Yeah.
And thank you for spending time with us.
And Liam is here. Liam, old friend of the channel, met Liam and his mom Rachel on Icon of the Seas. Initially.
Yeah, just when we were just there. We were on the same sailing.
And they joined us for our group cruise.
Which was so much fun.
Back in June to Alaska. We had a blast.
If you saw the Star of the Seas videos, they're the ones that gifted us the Duck Brown and Mallard McFly.
That's right. Oh,
and
that was fun.
Those were we used those mostly on the last day of the cruise because that was the day that we saw the show, which was phenomenal, by the way. The Back to the Future show. And that was like the funnest day, like doing stuff with the ducks. And we got asked so many times, like when we were walking around with them, like, where did you get those? Did you buy those at the gift shop?
Well, and it was a thing, right? Because we were on the preview for Star of the Seas, and there was a lot of, pomp and circumstance and all that. And so all these other agents and content creators were like, what's going on?
Well, and that was the thing too, is remember the, like, whatever, the preview Royal Caribbean, they gifted us a tiny
That's right.
Mallard McFly.
Yeah.
But Liam and Rachel gave us the big one
Jumbo.
that had the camera and stuff on it. It was great. And yeah, they were superstars for sure.
So anyway, Liam does say, hey guys, hope all is well with you and the rest of the family. All the best from Liam and Rachel in the UK, and then follow that up with love the cat too. Reminds me of our old cats, Brian and Angel Eyes. They too were black cats and still remain a special part in our hearts. Always, always. Pets always remain a special part of our hearts. We're going to get to that. A little bit of circling back around. We talked about it in our last live over a year ago, but we'll touch on it again here soon. Yeah. So good to see you, Liam,
it's
as
so
always.
Good to
and
see
Rachel.
You too.
Liam commented, but it's both of them.
You guys are great. You guys are fantastic.
Cruising Complete says, howdy, everyone.
Howdy,
hello.
Howdy.
Hey, howdy, hey. And let's give a round of applause to the moderator, Sonia, in moderating the chat. No advance notice of this coming.
No, not at all.
Over a year worth of rust would have been built up, but there's none.
Not for her. Are you kidding me? She is on the fly, ready to go.
Keeps the travel agency running, especially through the last 7 months plus, the last year, really. Well, the last year.
We've had some transitioning in our lives recently, which we will again talk about. But no, she's pulling in clutch like she always does. I promise you, we would not be here without her at all. So
I literally would not.
Yeah, you literally.
So there's that.
There's that too. You owe the mostest.
Yeah, that's true. Cousin Carmela's here. Hello from Orlando.
Carmel!
With Cassie, Ozzy, Poppy, and Petunia. I know Cassie and Ozzy. Who's Poppy and Petunia? There's more? I'm way behind.
Did you guys get more pets?
I am way behind.
I feel like you're gonna say it and I'd be like, oh yeah. It's just been.
I feel like you're gonna say it and she's gonna be like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna be like, no.
Well, circle gets the square.
Nan is here as well. Hi guys. Hey Sonia. Hello Nan.
Hi Nan.
Nan is a client and friend of the channel, of course. Hence being here. Always good to talk to Nan.
Thank you for being here.
Gabby says hi. Hi Gabby.
Hi Gabby.
Thanks for dropping in. Kev Level Up Life says, where are you guys at? We are going to get to that in just a little bit once we get the kind of initial catch up here.
We will get to it.
But if anyone has any questions, any comments about anything, go ahead and send them here. We'll play catch up and we'll get to all of our stuff for sure. But thanks for joining us, Kev. We'll get to that in just a second. Gabby also asked, what will be your next royal ship you are sailing on? Funnily enough, that was typically what we announced during the live stream. Next cruise coming up. I wasn't even thinking of that. Was thinking of all the stuff that's happened.
I thought about, because I knew it would get asked, like, when's our next sailing and stuff.
The cheap answer is TBD, because there's a good chance there'll be something before what we actually have booked.
But yeah, we'll tell you what we have booked next.
We'll tell you what we have booked next.
Life is in the air right now.
Well, should we just go ahead and say that, because it's not like a big announcement or anything, and we might forget.
Oh yeah.
So it's I've already forgotten. I think it's well, I know what it's out of Cape Liberty and it's to Bermuda, which we haven't done before.
Right, which is cool.
But I can't remember if it was Liberty or Freedom. I think it's Liberty.
Liberty.
So anyway,
well, I remember we picked it because of, was it refurbs? It's been booked for a while.
Yeah,
that's why we're so
confused. Just a good pivot for us. But that's coming up in April. So be looking for that. But like I said, there's a good chance something will happen before that. It's just, there's a lot of moving parts. Again, don't need to keep burying the lead, but we will get to it, and you'll understand why. But that one for sure is booked and is coming. So
yes.
Yvette Johnson says, good evening, loves. Hello, Yvette.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being here.
Ace Fox 1 says, hi, Hoffmans. Great to see you too. Cheers from Dean and Sarah in Spokane. Cheers to Sonia. That's right.
Yeah, everybody cheers to Sonia. Give her a clappy. Or what would she like? What would be her favorite, like, emoji? What would be your mom's favorite emoji?
I do not know.
Honestly, you should just do the most random emoji and try to make her laugh.
That's a good call.
That would probably be the best. Try to make Sonia laugh emoji challenge.
Great to see you, though, Dean and Sarah. Thanks for stopping in. Cruising Complete says, go Cubs. Go Cubs,
go. Go Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs won when we went there, yeah.
Well, that's true. That was a while ago. But they did win, and that is going to be part of our video series coming up that we're going to get into.
They won when we were there, so I'm just assumed that they win every time.
Well, that's fair.
That's a fair assumption.
Just scrolling through. Brittany C is here. Oh, Brittany C's always bringing the positivity, right?
Brittany, you're just a ray of sunshine. And
yay.
You make me happy.
Happy to see your faces. Sitting with the youngest Matt.Hoffman.Travels fan at 8 days old. Wow! Congratulations and exuberance. 8 days old. 8 days a week.
Oh my goodness!
Sick tricks. That is cool.
I didn't know you had another baby.
8 days old.
Oh my goodness! Congratulations! I hope you both are doing well. And goodness gracious, thank you for taking time to be here. You especially, because you have an 8-day-old. That's hard. That is so hard. Well, I'm so happy you're here, and I'm so happy you have a new little happy traveler. My goodness, you're great.
That's quite
Congratulations.
Amazing. Yes, absolutely.
And good job, because that is a feat.
Griffin Gobb says, hi, hello.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Much.
Stephen Jones says hello from Michigan. Hello.
Hello. Chilly weather, too.
To the lower P and the upper P Peninsula. UP and LP.
What's...
Michigan, broken up to 2 peninsulas.
Is that like a saying for Michigan?
No, I just made it up.
Oh, it's good. It sounded like it could have been
I didn't say it like they would say it. But that's a thing. I didn't make up the 2 peninsulars part.
Wait, what part did you make up?
Let's just move on.
I'm confused. I want to know if that's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing that Michigan is split up into the upper and lower peninsulas. That's a thing.
But you made up to the upper and lower P?
Right. I doubt anyone there says that, because that was ridiculous. So.
Well, maybe they should start.
I wouldn't advise it.
You know, you can be the first one. You guys make this a movement.
Let's see. Gabby says, I can't wait for the catch-up. Yes, which we're getting to. Gonna get there. L. Madart, which is that Ellen, I believe? Says hello from West Virginia. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Kev Level Up Life says, I'm going on Disney Dream for the first time in April. Ooh.
You're gonna love it!
That would be a blanket statement for any Disney cruise. And that's wouldn't be a blanket statement for other cruise lines, though we may love them. But Disney cruise, you cannot go wrong. Of course we have our preferences, but...
It's magical.
Dream, special place in our heart, and always will be.
It is. Oh, I'll have so much fun. It'll be great.
And Stephen Jones also said, by the way, love the Cubbies hat. So there we go. Gotta love that.
Thank you.
Stellbot Adventures says, do I spy a camper? Indeed or Reno, since you asked straight up. Yes, you do. And again, we'll get to it. We're going to explain what's going on here. What's this whirlwind? Again, we kind of explained it the last live, but that was over a year ago. So,
well, yeah.
And it was not as fleshed out as it is now. So
I don't even know if we knew the camper's existence then.
No. We definitely didn't. No.
So instead of the home office, we're in the mobile home office. Think about that.
Andrew Potts is here. Hoffmans, we have missed you all. We have missed you, Andrew, and Matt as well.
Andrew.
Clients and friends of the channel, of course.
I hope you're both doing so good. We're so glad you're here.
El Madar did say, it's Ellen from West Virginia. I didn't see that. I thought, pretty sure that's Ellen, and I was right.
Remember how I was saying the big head full of lots of smart stuff?
No. The Apple Freak 23 says hello. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thanks for being here.
And there's Matthew joining Andrew saying, happy almost the weekend. That's right. Almost the weekend.
What's tomorrow?
Friday.
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
Love Fridays. Good to see you both here. Kev Level Up Life says, I'm going on Alaska cruise via Disney Wonder. Oh, now that's something we have not done, and we would very much like to.
We've been to Alaska, obviously, but we have not done it on Disney Cruise, and I have not sailed on the Wonder.
I have.
I forgot to tell you, I had a dream the other night that we were on Wonder, and I was running around saying I've been on all the Disney ships now.
That wasn't a dream. That was foreshadowing.
Oh.
You for sure will be doing that when we go on it. There's no doubt. So.
We need to go on it before Adventure starts sailing in
March.
Oh, okay, that's not going to happen.
It was already supposed to start sailing last month.
I'm not going to be able to say it then, because then it won't be true. Yeah.
Well, unless we did the Adventure first and then circled back to the Wonder. That's not going to happen, so don't get excited.
Oh, no. Yeah, that can't happen right now. But one day, hopefully.
Super Tales N1C says, my idea, Disney Cruise Line, 4th Wish class, ship with a Sophia the First Grand Hall. Now, see, that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
It's hard to see that coming to fruition because that feels like such a kind of a narrow scope with Sophia the First. For those who don't know, Disney Junior.
Because it's a specific age, right?
Right, yeah, very
Disney
preschool.
Disney really has to lean into, making stuff, cross-generational.
Yeah.
Even though it's mainly for kids. But, I think it would be really cool having, a Sophia the First or a kids junior area of the kids area.
That would be cool.
I think that would go over great, because if you go to the parks and they have those Disney junior dance parties, those things get lit.
That's true.
Kids go crazy for that stuff. Just free dancing. Are you kidding me?
Now I'm just thinking, will Disney Junior ever cross over to Lorcana? That's what I'm now thinking, because that's our new squeeze, is playing Lorcana, Disney trading card game, for those who don't know. But
yeah,
got the gears spinning here.
That's such a different. Well, they've done different animation styles, I guess. I was gonna say the animation style of Sophia the First looks so different
because it's computer generated 3D, but so is Tangled and Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph, and they've put those on the cards. So you never know.
I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah.
It might be too
I think they're
edgy, even though it's not edgy.
I think they're gonna hit a lot of other stuff before they go down that route.
I challenge Sophia the First with Chernabog.
With Doc McStuffins. I will heal with Doc McStuffins.
That would be amazing. Let's see. Cruising with Ange, I think. Did y'all move? Are you in a camper? Yes, we did move, and yes, we are in a camper, and we're going to cover that in detail in just a momento. And then followed up by that was saying we're going to be on Destiny in May. Oh. Disney, Destiny. That's why I got this shirt, was to wear it on the Destiny.
Oh, that's right.
Because you had the idea that I'd get Spider-Man, and you would get Captain America, and we would wear it for the Marvels, and then you changed your mind. But I'd already bought the shirt.
No, we wore it for the Marvel restaurant.
I thought what did you change? That we were going to...
I changed, me wearing the Pegasus and you wearing the Muses shirt on
that's what it
on
was.
Hercules show day, but they ended up falling on the same day.
Right.
And
we did the dress up the first day.
Yeah.
Like with the Hades toga and the...
Yeah, I went with the Marvel route because we had already dressed. We did wear the Pegasus and Muses shirt, but we wore it like the day before or something. But I wanted to take a picture by T'Challa with our shirts on.
Oh yeah,
and
we
I
did
figured
that.
we would do that on the last day, so that's why.
That's right, we did do that.
Anyways, blah
Something
blah blah.
changed.
But
have fun on the Destiny. It's a great show.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have so much fun. We loved it.
Yeah. It's not the treasure, but it's really good.
It's really close, honestly. It's closer than I thought it was going to be.
And of course, that's all subjective.
So subjective.
Liam says it was so much fun. Glad to see you enjoyed the gifts. Of course we did.
Oh, we had so much fun with them.
Loved putting those into the video as well.
It was great.
T. Broa says hello from freezing Florida. Hello. See, this is normally where we would say as well from freezing Florida. No longer.
No.
No more.
Things have changed.
It is below freezing where we're at, but it is not Florida. So,
what's the temperature right now?
So in our town, it's reading at 28, and at our property,
28.
because of that's my number. Because of elevation, it usually runs about 2 degrees cooler. So we're about 26 right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Friday the 13th Fiend says, "Good evening, Chelsy and Matt. Long time no hear. Hope all is well with everything and moving too. Glad to see you two again." Well, thank you. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And we saw them in person. Was it on Icon or Star? I think Icon, at the Lemon Post Bar, right by the Lemon Post Bar. So
they know it's the place to be.
That's right. And the twins are here. Speaking of Destiny,
yeah,
Kimmy and Carrie travel with the twins, both here, saying hello. We had the pleasure of dining with them on the Disney Destiny. So
when we were talking about that and saying hi to them and stuff, that's them, and they have their channel, their Instagram and stuff, and they do so much fun Disney stuff. They've been on Disney Alaska on Wonder, and it looked wonderful.
And they also gifted us the remote control. Well, they gifted us quite a few things. It was so sweet. But the remote control Cusco that popped up in one of the Destiny videos. So go back and check that out if you haven't seen it, because I think that was really fun.
Also, side note, Kimmy and Carrie, so we took that Cusco with the remote to Thanksgiving. Yes, we took it. I couldn't remember if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. We took it to Thanksgiving, and our youngest niece had the best time with it. So you brought a lot of joy to her too. So thank you.
Thank you. The Apple Freak 23 says, "When are you going to Sandals?" Now that's a good question and something we weren't planning on talking about, but we should cover it.
Let's talk about it.
We don't plan on going to Sandals because actually, as a travel agency, we no longer sell sandals or beaches. In fact, we don't sell anything as travel agents anymore except Royal Caribbean Cruise, Celebrity Cruise, which of course is the sister brand of Royal Caribbean, and Disney Cruise Line. That's it. That's what we've parsed down to. So. And there's a lot of reasons for that, depending on which vendor it is that we're talking about that we've moved on from. All business decisions, but we're happy with those decisions, and we just really wanted to. The main reason we really wanted to focus on those. So
yeah, they it's easier. It's almost like less is more kind of thing. You can advise better, and when you know something very well, versus a lot of things you kind of know, at least for us.
The funny thing is, Celebrity is kind of just a byproduct, right? Because it's Royal Caribbean's sister brand, we have a lot of clients, who are here in the chat, who used to do Royal Caribbean, kind of moved over to Celebrity, either once the kids got grown or they just wanted to try something a little upscale. We never sucked out Celebrity. It just came to us via Royal Caribbean, and it kind of grew from there, and we're like, okay, well, yeah, they use the same system. It's really easy to book, so...
Well, and the product is
It's a great
fantastic.
Great product. So tying those two together, because, of course, Royal Caribbean's like our bread and butter with our travel agency, and then Disney Cruise Line forever and ever and ever, we absolutely love. So, yeah, unfortunately, no more sandals, no more beaches. So... Our last one was the Sandals Royal Curacao, I think was the last one we filmed. and
that sounds
it
right.
was their newest one. It's not now, but
right.
So yeah.
But yeah, it was just time to move on.
That's all. Ashley Cruise fan says, "Oh yeah, the Hoffmans are live."
Hi, Ashley.
Thank you for joining us. We
Thanks
appreciate
so much
it.
for being here.
Oh, excuse me. Sasha says, "Good evening, Hoffmans." Hello, Sasha.
Hi.
I believe Sasha originally found us via sandals, so that's funny. They're like kind of
that ties in.
Ties in. If memory serves, maybe not. But...
Oh no, I hope you don't leave. Don't leave now that we say we're No. What if our watch count or something just plummeted?
I will say we don't ever pay attention to the numbers. We don't care about that. We like to have just a genuine vibe with whoever is here, right? Doesn't matter if it's one person or 10.
Yeah.
But having said that, I see the counter keep increasing. I would have never anticipated this many people being here after over a year hiatus of lives and a year where we posted much less frequently than we typically do with videos. Again, we'll get into it, blah blah blah. But so thank you so much, everyone who's joined us. We really do appreciate that.
It is very appreciated.
Andrew says, "Had me excited. We were going to see you on Liberty to Bermuda in June. No, unfortunately not. We are going in April.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe we'll have the videos out and you can check it out.
That's true. See what you're in for."
I like how Pam sent a popcorn emoji there. That's a good random one.
Yeah, I was about to say it's probably for your mom. She likes popcorn.
Travel with the Twins. Kimmy says, "You guys, we booked a guarantee for Pixar Day at Sea."
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Pixar Day at Sea was amazing. We did the first one they ever offered back when it was 7 nights on the Fantasy, and it was one of my favorite cruises we've ever been on. It was an absolute blasty. Now I think they've shortened it. I think it's moved over. I don't know. Did it move
I was gonna ask what ship is it on?
I want to say it moved to like the Dream or something. I can't remember now. Maybe it's still Fantasy, but it's not. I don't think it's 7 nights anymore though. Let's see.
But the Pixar stuff wasn't week
That's
long,
right. No,
so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't
if it's
really
shorter.
matter. You really need that day at sea to tag on all that stuff. So.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are gonna have the best time because I know you guys really like going and meeting the characters and taking pictures with them.
Right.
So there's so many fun ones. Remember we took a picture with Remy?
That was amazing.
We took a picture with Remy with little chef
on
Remy.
My shoulder, yeah.
It was great. You guys are gonna have so much fun.
And Liam says, "Look forward to hearing from you guys. It's so lovely to see you both live, as it feels like ages since the group cruise." It does. I mean, it was all the way back in June.
I know, so much.
It was a good time though. We had a really good group. Everyone, I think, had a blast. Everyone told us they had a blast.
Yeah.
Everyone got on so well.
Yeah.
It was nice to see that kind of camaraderie, and Alaska was amazing, as always. We did a private whale watching excursion for just our group.
When we got really lucky during it, we had a lot of good sightings and everything, which was great. You always hope for that. I mean, we would have wanted it for ourselves, but we really wanted it for everyone who came and stuff like that, to have a good experience, you know.
So that was an absolute blast. It was a great time. I love the random emojis that are popping up.
Right,
it's stuff I wouldn't expect to. I'm thinking when you're using your phone or texting, these are random things. I don't even know what they are.
Also, Apple Freak 23 sent one. We just watched Treasure Planet and it looks like Morph.
It looks like Morph,
yeah, like a blue version.
A blue Morph.
Yeah, maybe he morphed himself into a blue Morph.
Oh,
he could do it.
Brittany says, "Wouldn't miss it. Thank you, another little girl."
Oh,
that's
congratulations.
Great. That's awesome. That's so awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you for being here.
Oh man, there's more chats than I thought. So we're gonna probably pause here and then get into what we were gonna get into, because I don't want to keep saying we'll get into it, and then we don't get into it. We'll pause here. And then we'll pick it back up. Although Travel with the Twins, Carrie, I do see it. We miss you guys.
We miss you as well. We miss you too.
We had a great time.
We'll sail again together. I know what'll happen.
So we'll pick back up here. Feel free to keep sending comments. If you have any questions, if you have any thoughts on anything, you want to talk about something specific, go ahead and send it.
Before we get into it, Gecko49 said that is a thing. And by that is a thing, I'm thinking they mean the peninsula thing.
Oh, okay.
So see, you're just with it in the Great Lakes area.
Okay.
maybe, yeah, and he said a Michigander here. Yeah, so
Michigander.
you're just with it.
A Michigoose and a Michigander.
Maybe you're from, like...
That's a terrible joke.
What? I wasn't even paying attention.
Oh, see?
I was still thinking about the...
You said Michigander, and I said Michigoose and a Michigander.
I don't get it.
Goose and a gander?
Oh.
Gander.
Like...
Female goose.
Oh, that's what it... Oh, I didn't know that. I was just thinking of gander, like you look at something, like you gander.
Gander Mountain.
Yeah, sure.
Does it even exist anymore?
I think it was bought out by...
A male goose, I'm sorry. Male goose. I had it backwards there.
I think it was bought out by Camping World.
Right, but I didn't know if they still operated under that brand. Anyway, I said we were going to get off and say what we need to say, and now we're talking
about my phone.
Random stuff. It's not. Okay, so here's the dealio. Again, send the comments, send the questions. We will run through every single one of them. Don't worry. We're going to get to it. But we just need to mention what we needed to mention.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. So, our last live, I think we talked about how we bought a property in North Carolina, and we were going to be making the move up here. Well, we did. And so we bought we bought land that... how do you call it? Like, not anything on it.
For all intents and purposes, it's raw land.
Okay.
There were slight improvements, but it didn't have utilities or anything like that.
It had a driveway. That was about it.
So,
we are currently working on our property. Getting utilities put in, building our house soon. It should be soon. We should be breaking ground on it. It's hard, especially when it's winter and it's cold, with conditions.
There's a lot of stuff. Hurricane Helene had affected the area, so there was a backlog of stuff with that.
Yeah.
It was just one thing after another. This culvert to get across our creek into our property needed to be repaired before anything else could happen, and
yeah.
You know how stuff goes with red tape and things. There's a sequence that needs to take place, and
right.
It has taken a lot longer than we anticipated, but we're getting there.
So we are currently on our property right now. We are living in our camper on our property,
and we have been since July.
Yeah, so we're closing in on 7 months.
I think we're over it now.
Of living in the camper, yeah.
And what we're really hoping for is for our water to be run, which is supposed to happen at any point now. And because once our water is run, we can then have electric hooked up. So we had an RV pedestal installed back in July, which has a 50 amp, a 30 amp, and then I think 2 110 outlets so we could plug in. Well, no one told us that in North Carolina, you can't have that activated until you have water and septic on property.
Yeah, that's just like a North Carolina rule, I guess.
So it has been months and months. We have been living off of a generator, a gas-powered generator. Our camper is fully electric. It does not have any propane or solar or anything like... Well, it has solar capability. We don't have solar. But... so anyway, with the cold right now, it's challenging. It's getting challenging with the gas generator. So hopefully our water goes in very, very soon. It's supposed to go in very, very soon.
And we already have our septic in. That's
our septic's in, yeah. And then we can get our electric turned on, and then that makes everything significantly easier. We can run multiple space heaters if we need to. We can cook and run the heat at the same time, because the generator can only take so much,
Yeah, it's and then hopefully breaking ground on the house.
That's supposed to be happening very, very soon as well.
And we're building a very small house. I mean, it's just for the two of us and stuff. So it's a very, it's going to be a small cabin. It's very modest. So
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, very modest, like you said.
So it's not like some crazy elaborate build or anything like that. But it's just, it's one of those things. You have to get engineer plans. You have to, stuff has to be approved and, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure anybody who has ever built a house before knows what we're talking about. But
especially when you're not building in a subdivision, right? Where they say pick your plot, pick your trim and your level, and we'll build it. Everything's already run and all that. I mean, like we said, it's raw mountainous land. and you have to take it step by step, but we have, and we're getting there.
And that's a thing too. There's a lot of learning curve for us, and because we lived in Florida our whole lives, so
35 years.
We're used to flat, like flat land and stuff. With here it's different. There is bedrock. There are slopes and stuff, and that changes the game a little bit when you're talking about building. But yeah.
Having said all of that, wouldn't change a thing. Absolutely love it here.
Oh yeah, no,
far and away. It's a challenge right now. Like we said, living in the and really the camper's not so bad. So we bought the camper specifically for this. This is, you guys, if you're kind of OGs of the channel, you might remember years ago we did a video tour of our camper that we had remodeled. This is not that camper. We haven't owned that camper in years. We sold it.
Yeah.
This camper we bought back in June, I think, to live in here on the property with our cats. You saw in the one in the thumbnail.
Yeah, I put Lady on Instagram too. Yeah.
So that was kind of the reason why we wanted to be on the property. We wanted to be, kind of be here to get everything done. We wanted our cats to get accustomed to their new home.
Yeah.
So the camper has actually, we've gotten pretty good at it, gotten pretty used to it. The electric definitely is in the water, because it's the other thing, right? We don't have running water, so we have to go get water, put it in our holding tank.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but if we had the running water and the electric, it'd be pretty much easy street.
Well, and it was a lot simpler when it was summer and fall.
Yeah.
When it wasn't cold, because we wouldn't even run the electric during the day because it was so comfortable outside.
We didn't need AC, just open the windows, open the door.
Yeah, now with it being very cold, we need the heat running and stuff, and the water freezes up and all that kind of stuff. But that is what we signed up for in this situation. I mean, we didn't know it was going to last this long, but we made the move knowing that there was going to be a transitional period, and it definitely has been. It'll, like Matt said, we absolutely love it here. We love our new town. We love the seasonality. Even already we've been having the area's very friendly and everything, and we've been absolutely loving that. And we always joke, like, if we like it this much in these conditions, like, man, like, this place must be great. Not that, like, look, we are a lot more fortunate than a lot of people. Like, we still have shelter. We have the ability to have heat and stuff. But obviously, not having amenities that we're accustomed to, like electricity.
Well, and the reason too we bring that up is because it kind of ties into what I was saying earlier, as to we'll probably have another cruise before that, but we don't know. The reason being, we can't leave right now and leave our cats here in freezing temperatures with no heat and none of that. So once we get our utilities run, which again should be, I mean, technically the electric is run, it just needs to be turned on. But so once that's all in, then that opens up possibilities that we can travel again and do more stuff. So
well, and also too, when building starts getting going, like if we need to be here for decision making and stuff like that. So basically life is just very much in the air right now. So like we don't have what?
You guys want to see our property?
Oh, hey!
Isn't it beautiful? Look at that.
The view is stunning.
Oh man.
I know.
Won't get used to that.
Look, I get the jealousy. I understand it.
We're not here to brag. We're just wanting you to enjoy that view vicariously. So,
with all jokes aside, I love our property. It's absolutely beautiful during the day. But
at night it's beautiful looking at the stars. We see stars way more here. There's way less light pollution, way less air pollution.
There was one night we saw the
Northern Lights. Yeah, Aurora Borealis.
A little bit of it.
Yeah.
We saw like a little bit of red and stuff.
And during the summer, all the fireflies. Tons of them. It was great. Anyway, so that is that. We had announced we were moving. We have now moved. There's still some fluidity with that, thus affecting our travel plans and blah, 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 blah. So the other thing that we talked about back in our last live was that we had lost our dog Bandit. He had passed, I think, only like a week or two before we did that last live.
It was, yeah, he passed beginning of last January, so we just passed a year.
And for those who weren't there for that or didn't know, he had an amazing life. He was almost 13 years old.
Yeah.
So he lived a very full life. Unfortunately, the last few months of his life, I don't even know if you call it an injury, but he had a debilitating thing where basically he didn't lose the use of his hind legs, but he couldn't walk anymore. And so we had gotten a wheelchair and we were doing rehabilitation.
Well, yeah, I mean he couldn't walk or stand on his own. He
could
still
move it.
He still had some like reflexes and stuff like that, but he couldn't control them on his own. So he was very dependent on us, and it was very like 24-hour care with him for the thing is too, like, life is crazy. Like, we so to the Cubs hat, we this was in 2024 when that started.
Yeah.
So the summer of 2024, some of you guys probably remember, we took a summer road trip where we did all of Route 66. We started in Chicago, went to a Cubs game. We traveled all of Route 66. We ended in Santa Monica Pier in LA, which is, where it ends. And then we went to Disneyland for a bit, then we went to Yellowstone for a bit, and then we came home. But Bandit was with us that whole trip. It was like a big road trip, and if he loved anything, it was being in the car.
100%.
He loved taking car rides and stuff, and so that was like a big trip, and it was just like, this was before his injury, right? So he was fully healthy, functional, and everything. It will forever be one of my favorite trips.
Oh, yeah.
And, he had such a fun, great time, and we took that in the summer, so it was like June into July, and, we got home the end of July, and then, what was it, like August, we found this property.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And was like, okay, this is it. Let's figure this out, kind of thing. And we were in the process of purchasing the property, and then beginning of September, Bandit got hurt, and life just completely changed. We still continued with purchasing the property. We were doing a lot of rehabilitation with Bandit, trying to get it back and everything. We really thought it was...
Really did believe that it was gonna...
We thought it was gonna happen, and it didn't. We took, even with him injured, we took a trip up here.
Yeah. With Mom and Dad.
Yeah, so, because we wanted him to see the property and everything, and we came home, and he passed, and then that time heals all, but it was really challenging for us. It still is sometimes. And then, so he passed January of 25, and then we moved here July of 25. Just life has been like really, like, there's been a lot of very big moments recently.
Well, and to give even more depth to that, of course we've talked about everything going on around here since July, since we moved up here. But we closed on the property in that November of 24, and from then to when we closed and sold on our house in Florida in July and then moved up here, it was go, go, go.
Yeah.
To get everything prepared, fix things up, clean things up, pack up, all of it. It was a lot. So we were constantly doing stuff in prep for that. So just a culmination of a lot of stuff going on. And then throughout the year last year, because of what with Bandit and because of getting ready for the move and then handling the move now, I mean, like we said, we're still not in the house. So all of that, plus a few other, odds and ends here. We didn't travel quite as much as we typically do last year. And a couple of the things we didn't film purposefully. Like our group cruise, we didn't film the first group cruise.
Right, yeah.
We didn't film the last group cruise because we wanted to allocate that time with the people who were there. So that led to less content being put out and such and such and such and such. So, with all of that said, the reason you're wearing the Cubs hat
is because we filmed all of Route 66 every day that we had, which we were doing it for like a couple weeks. We filmed every single day, and when Bandit got hurt, I kind of like that, just editing that and working on that completely got put on the back burner. And then we ended up having like cruise content. It was like, well, let's get that out first. And then when he passed, it really got put on the back burner because he's in it a lot. He's in the footage and the video a lot because it was a trip with him. And I wasn't ready to work on that.
Yeah.
And we have, we always put cruise content first anyways, and we had stuff in the can to put out, so I did that and everything. But now we're at a point where I've put out all the cruise content that we have filmed. That has been posted. Destiny was the last one, and that is out. And I felt ready to work on Route 66, and so that will be the next thing coming out. Our summer trip of 2024 will finally get posted. And I know that's not the kind of content maybe that most of you guys are here for. I know a lot of people are mostly just here for the cruising and stuff like that, but it was such good memories. Like, it meant a lot at the time, but now with him being gone, it means so much more. And I need those videos to exist. I need that to be out there to revisit and stuff like that. And the good thing is I started editing it and stuff, and it didn't make me feel as sad as I was worried it would.
Yeah.
It made me feel really happy looking at it.
Which is great.
Because it was such good, I'm just so thankful that we took that trip when we did, because the thought of not having that to look back on before he passed, like, it's just, I can't imagine that. I'm so happy we had that time together.
Oh, it was and, I don't want to say a miracle, but it feels like one.
It just meant a lot and stuff. So I need those videos to exist. I need those memories of him to be out there and stuff. So I will finally be posting that. So if you're looking for current Route 66 info, like on what it's like today, I mean, stuff doesn't really change with the route. That's what's so great about it. But it's not the most current information, but it's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we did.
I really hope, yeah, that you will watch it, because honestly, it's not, like you said, we typically do cruise content, and a lot of it is from the perspective that we're travel agents, we're sharing you information, we're informing, we're doing tours and whatnot. Route 66 was not that. That's not how we filmed it. It was more in the style of like our cruise vlogs, but even different than that. It was just all...
It was just us having fun.
Fun.
And
it was like, just pure fun.
Just exploring, and like these very, I don't know, these very, it's like such a small thing that exists in this whole world and stuff. Like, it's not like a huge, like, you think of like the Eiffel Tower or like the Colosseum or something. Like, those are big monuments that exist in this whole world. Like, there's none of that. It's all just like little tiny things, but they're like so special in their own way.
And there's a lot of cool stories that get told throughout the adventure.
Yeah.
Of people that we met, the purveyors of the different shops and restaurants, and just kind of the history behind Route 66, some of the history of things adjacent to Route 66, like Cars, for example. We've been talking about Disney a lot.
Yeah.
Of course, Cars is all about Route 66. There was a ton of that involved, and it was just a really great experience if you're looking for true, pure nostalgic Americana, kitschy, eclectic, just zany fun.
You know what is great about Route 66? It only still exists out of people's passions.
That's right.
Because
there's not much profit
obviously when it started, it was Mother Road. It was how people transversed, and then highways got created, and and then it was forgotten, but it only still exists because people love their little portion of it and keep it going.
And that also applies to the videos, to the series you're going to see coming up, because we are travel agents, but like I just said, we don't sell. I don't even know how you would sell Route 66. That's not we're not going to make
these random hotels.
Yeah,
we're
not going to make any money from it. We're not going to gain new clients from it, but that's not why we wanted to do it. It was purely a passion project. Yeah. And I really think you guys will enjoy it. If you enjoy our videos, you enjoy hanging with us on these lives, I think it'll just be pure fun at its purest form. Like it's which is redundant, but really it just really is that quintessential of a true, unique, special experience. And I think, look, most of you watching go on cruises. You can go on a cruise. You are going on a cruise. I recognize that most people cannot take a multi-week road trip. You just can't. Yeah. You don't have the time. You don't, whatever it is. So please live vicariously through us on this one and watch this series. It took place in the summer. It might make you feel good with the winter blues and the cold weather, a little warm up. It gets the hottest we have ever seen is in that series.
I had never felt that hot before.
Triple digits plus 20 something.
It was ridiculous.
It was insane.
it was so ridiculous.
It was insane, but we could go on and on about it, but please just do yourself the favor. I don't mean to say that like from a bragging way, like we're giving you the best thing, but I think you'll really get something from it.
There's a lot of joy in those videos, and I think it'll reflect. And I thought that that it needed some explanation here because, like I said, it was summer of 2024. Like we're well past that. So it might kind of seem out of nowhere, but, like I said, like, with Bandit passing and stuff and just him being injured, it just wasn't, I wasn't ready to work on it, and just there was an opportune time and just, how I was feeling, but now, like, like I said, I'm glad I was able to hold off on working on it for when I can feel joy out of working on it. So
the stars have aligned now to where you're ready, it's ready, and we've covered the new ships that came out last year, so we don't have anything to cover right now. And again, we can't even go anywhere right now.
I was about to say it's emotionally for me, it's a good time to do it. Logistically, it's a good time just because like I said, we don't have any cruise content in the bucket right now. So
there we go.
So yeah, thank you for listening to that. Thank you for divulging in me, spewing some emotions there. Apparently I needed to, but yeah, that's where we're at with that.
And that's where we're at with everything. I think we've covered what we needed to get into now.
Yeah.
We've moved. We're in our camper, not in a house. House hasn't even technically been started, but it's supposed to really, really soon. So
okay. Oh. So I know last year, over a year ago, when we had our last live, I remember you said, like, oh, I think we should try to do a live every month. That would be fun. That would be great. And then life. And then we didn't do that for a year. I would really like, though, to start doing a monthly live so we can update our progress. Because I think that's really fun.
Yeah, and I think we could have some maybe fun twist with it someday. Once we're in our house, what if it was like dinner party, like, hey, we're going to be making...
Well, even before then, like, oh, look, we have drywall. Yay, let's all celebrate drywall. Yeah. Like...
It actually, it's a pretty unique house So,
yeah,
if we do decide to get into that, then I think you guys would enjoy that too, because it's pretty special what it's going to be. So
it you know, I do think I would like to. If life will allow us, which we are kind of getting in, well, more than getting, it's been 7 months, but like, like a groove with this living situation and everything. Yeah. Because I always feel really good after doing these lives. I'm like, man, it's like catching up with an old friend, like you're catching up with everybody. It's really good, and um I would like to.
Well, before we jump back into everyone's comments here, one thing I will say is, because we hadn't been posting as much, we haven't done lives and all that, everyone knows about the infamous YouTube algorithm. We have noticed some people saying, like, where have you been? As if, like, we haven't been posting any videos.
Yeah.
Which we have. And people are saying, like, YouTube didn't tell me that you did this or whatever. So I'm going to break tradition here. We've never been the type to say, like, comment, subscribe, all that spiel.
But just, like, maybe check to see if you still are subscribed.
That's what I was going to say, is that you don't need that spiel. I've never wanted to do that spiel, because I figured every video producer does that. You've heard it a million times. But if you want to make sure that you're seeing all the videos that we put out, the absolute best way to do that, and it's still not a guarantee, but is to be subscribed to the channel and turn the notifications on. It's not a fail-proof method, but it is something. It's the best way.
We throw it out there just because some people have said, like, oh, I haven't been getting stuff. Like, like it.
YouTube didn't tell me that you had gone on, like.
It's, you can either fight YouTube or accept YouTube. We choose to just accept it for what it is.
What are you going to do?
So
I just wanted to cover that. But now we return to your previously scheduled comments.
Let's go back to chatting.
Susan says, hello from Long Beach, California.
Yeah.
Hello, Susan. Thank you for joining us. Nan says, was wondering what information you have on Royals point choice. I think it launches this summer, where you decide where you want your points to be applied. I don't have a lot of information on it, to be honest. I got the initial announcement probably just a little bit before the general public did, not too much. And I kind of saw it and once overed it and didn't really pay too much attention to it, because it's funny, as a travel agent, a lot of people expect that like, the ins and outs, and you can answer every single question on demand. And I do feel like our breadth of knowledge is pretty wide, but there's certain things that I just don't really need to have that at the forefront of the mind, but I know where to get the information. So, to me, it's not anything I have a firm opinion on. We've never been too concerned with loyalty status and loyalty points. I do think if it really is truly a flexible program where you get to allocate what you want to allocate, and it remains fair and consistent, and it's not just a marketing ploy to make you think you're getting something that you want when you're really not. If it really is what it's claiming to be, I think that's a cool option. To just, instead of saying, here's what you get, well, you choose. You get to spend your points or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the flexible option is always preferred, in my opinion.
Everyone loves flexibility.
Yeah.
Liam says, loving the stickers on your computer. So fun. Thank you. Yes, they are. They're quite fun, and if you couldn't tell that we are 90s children, well, mine says 90s kid. That's like the main middle part right there. So
yeah, exactly.
The stickers definitely give it away.
You couldn't tell I like Animal Crossing.
I don't have Animal Crossing on mine, but I love Animal Crossing now too.
Yeah, I
think when we did this, I wasn't playing yet.
You either weren't playing yet, or you were just so enamored with the Pokemon, the Kingdom Hearts,
I mean, that's fair, right?
The Mario style. Like,
I love Animal Crossing, but it's not gonna beat out
your childhood. Yeah.
No. Gecko49 says, fifth wheel, trailer style or driving RV. This is a travel trailer, so trailer style. It is small. It's very small. We went with the cheapest thing they had, basically.
How long is it?
I think it's 17 feet.
Yeah.
They're smaller, of course, but to have a bathroom and a fridge and a bed.
Yeah. I mean, luckily we like each other, so, we're okay.
If we can make it through this.
They always say that with, like, building a house.
That's right,
if
yeah.
If you can make it through building a house, then you can make it through the rest of your marriage.
We haven't yet, but we're getting there.
I mean, honestly, I feel like building the actual house is going to be a breeze.
I think we're going to be throwing confetti. Speaking of Animal Crossing. Kristen Clay says, hello from the Allure of the Seas. Hello.
Oh, you're on board.
Hope you're having a great time on
Allure.
Yes. Mamma Mia. Oh, that's the best. Mamma Mia is on Allure. Oh, because it's
Allure, yes. Yeah. Oh.
Although, Hairspray on Symphony. Ooh, Back to the Future. Star. They got a lot of good shows.
I mean, look, the Broadway style shows, like, there's no bad one. I know some people would say Cats, but I personally don't think there's a bad one. I like Cats. But
Jellicle songs for Jellicle Cats. Chris Garner, client and friend of the channel, says, hi guys, good to see you again. Hey Chris, good to see you as well. Thanks for stopping in. Friday the 13th Fiend says, we finally made it to Diamond Plus.
Hooray!
Sailing on Grandeur for 5 nights on April 18th out of Tampa. We have not been on Grandeur. In fact, we have not been on correction. We have not sailed on a Vision class ship. We have been on it for a day.
Right.
That was way back. That was like our 3rd or 4th video on the channel.
Yeah.
Was when we did that travel agent tour of Enchantment of the Seas. Yeah. And it actually did well. I think this is what I'm talking about with this platform. Like,
it's, anybody who's doing YouTube, you have an idea, just do it, because it might,
it might work.
The things that do best are the things that you put, it was spur of the moment.
The least amount of effort.
The least amount of effort. And then, like, something that you curated to a T, it's like, you have to take it.
Let's see. Denise says, hello from freezing Maryland. 11 inches of snow and 5 inches of ice on top. A big whopping 8 degrees currently. Woof. That is a lot of ice and snow. We have some.
Yikes.
We're getting more starting tomorrow.
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting
but not that much. So
that's a lot.
Stay safe.
Yes.
Carrie says, yay. I'm so glad you had fun with it. We thought y'all would like it.
We had so much fun.
More than we should have.
Yeah.
And Carrie also said, random question. For Port Canaveral, can you bring a water bottle full of water already through security and onto the ship, or does it have to be empty? Someone asked us today, and I didn't know. From our experience, it has to be empty.
Yeah. Now, if it's like some people bring, like, packs of water onto the ship.
Right, that's different. Like sealed.
Like plastic bottles that are, like, in the but the plastic.
The plastic wrap.
Yeah, but like just a water bottle like this I think it needs to be empty.
I've witnessed them tell people to pour it out several times. So.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's always situations. There's variances with certain security personnel. Sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
People end up with getting through and.
Random memory. Do you remember when we filmed Terminal A in Miami? It was very early on.
Yeah.
And someone commented that they worked in the terminal and we needed to delete the video, and you lost it.
Not
gotten angry.
Do you remember where we were too?
On a ship.
No, we were at a Sandals.
Oh, well, that's what I was thinking. We were in a room.
Yeah, we were.
Was that the Back to the Beach at Beaches?
It had to have been.
Or maybe at Regency La Talk.
It was one of those. But anyways, I got the comment, and then I'm a rule follower. I don't like getting in trouble. Never had. I never got in trouble at school. Someone sent that, and I freaked out. I was so worried. I thought we were gonna get in trouble. I thought we were gonna go to jail or something. I was so scared.
And I kept saying stuff if that were the case, we weren't covertly doing it. They saw us filming. They'll tell you if you can't film something. I'm like, this is some random commenter. They could have had a name like Cheese Whiz Boy Howdy on YouTube. I mean, we don't know who they are.
I was so concerned. And I remember getting that comment. I just woke up, I saw it, I jumped out of bed, I took out my computer, I'm like, we're gonna have to delete this video. Oh my god, what are we gonna do? And you're like, calm down. I was very nervous.
That was funny.
And
not really. It was not funny. It is now.
Oh, yeah, it was now. No, if you would have laughed at me at the time, I would have been very upset.
No, I wasn't laughing at the time. I was like, oh, God.
But you were scared. I was scared and you were scared of me. But, no, obviously we didn't delete the video and all was fine.
And we filmed so many terminals since then. In fact, a news station out in Galveston, or near Galveston, maybe out of Houston or whatever, used our footage on the news broadcast when they opened the Royal Caribbean terminal out there, because we were there the first day and I did the full tour. And they're like, can we use your video on the news? And I'm like, don't you? I mean, yeah, sure, but it's kind of funny. Like, don't you guys have... Weren't you there?
Yeah.
You didn't film it? Whatever. Yeah. Cruising with Angel also said, how hard is it to be a travel agent? Do you have recommendations for a host to start with if I want to do only for my travels? That is a very good question. And my completely honest answer is, do not bother becoming a travel agent if it's just for your travels. You will spend way more time and money doing all of that than you'll ever get on a discount or anything like that. You do not need to be a travel agent just to do your own travels. You should pursue being a travel agent if that is a career that sounds appealing to you, because you want to help other people with their travels, and you just it needs to be a full-on effort, because it's not like a hard job, but it can be a demanding job. And if you're going to own your own business like we do with Cruise Planners, since you're wanting a recommendation, that's who we've always been with.
Yeah, and they're great.
We have a franchise, actually just past 10 years with them. So we had balloons delivered today from them, from Cruise Planners.
They know how much you love balloons.
So yeah,
notice they're not here.
I would recommend don't bother being a travel agent if it's just for your own stuff. Just go on and do it, because like I said, you'll lose a lot more money that way. But if you want to pursue it as a job, owning your own franchise with Cruise Planners, it's been fulfilling for us, but it is a long process. Go back and watch when we're done with the live. If you go to our channel and search for TA Talk Episode 1, I've done a recurring series, haven't done one in a while, but TA Talk, Travel Agent Talk, and I think the first episode was all about our story of how we became travel agents.
Also, speaking of which, does anybody miss TA Talks?
No.
Is that you answering, or do you think that's what they're answering?
Both.
I thought you liked doing them.
Well,
I mean...
Yeah, no, I don't. We'll see. We got a couple in the shoot that I filmed that we've never posted.
God,
I don't even remember what they were about. I'd have to go back.
Horrible. But anyways, I asked that just like, is that something we should pick back up? Do you think? I don't know. Like people watched them, but like the views were never like super high on them, so I just didn't know if that was something like.
He's a TA and he's gonna talk. Let's join Matt for today's TA Talk.
Oh man, memories.
All alone in the moonlight. T-Bro, it says Royal and Disney are the best anyway. Well, we can't argue with that.
Nope.
That's why we made that decision.
Okay.
Friday,
I said agreed.
There we go. Yep. Friday the 13th Fiend says, good memory, Matt, about the icon at the Lemon Post Bar. Hope we see you two again on another cruise. Absolutely.
Me too.
On another icon class ship at the Lemon Post Bar would be fantastic, because Lemon Post Bar has the adult... Well, no, they're not even like adult, but like the big Capri Sun couch drinks.
Honestly, they're meant for kids.
They're meant for kids, but we consume more than the kids do.
Because they're delicious.
I love Lemon Post Bar.
They're so good.
Cruising Complete says Royal is by far the best. Good for y'all. Hey, we agree. Oh, well, kind of agree. I mean, yeah, it is great. Disney Cruise is amazing too. That's why we stuck with those two.
They both have their place.
And thank you for joining us, by the way.
Yeah.
TMYT6PN says, hello, Hoffmans. Good to see you guys. We are looking forward to our cruise here in 2 weeks, a fortnight. Thank you for helping us planning that cruise. Of course. It is our pleasure, and thank you for joining us here tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Travel Life's here. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hello, Travel Life.
How are you?
We have known Travel Life since Mardi Gras, I believe. The
Yep.
Mardi Gras inaugural is where we met them. They joined us as well on the most recent group cruise. We had a ton of fun.
It was great. It was great.
Great to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. Sasha says, we aren't leaving, but thank you for remembering us and helping us with our sandals trip. Well, there we go.
Yay!
Didn't get it wrong, and you're not leaving.
Thank you for not leaving.
Bum. Cruising with Ange. Oh, no, it scrolled on me. I didn't do it. Why did it do it? Hang on. I like when I have to scroll because that means there's lots of good comments. Cruising with Ange says, we've missed your lives. Well, here we are.
We've missed doing them.
Maybe, just maybe, we will make it a more consistent thing going forward.
We need to be held accountable.
By Icky, who's sitting right here.
I don't think he likes that I have this door shut.
Oh yeah, the food and water's in there.
Well,
he'll deal.
He can deal.
He already ate anyways. Nellie says, it's been a year since Alive. Glad I am here, though. It has been over a year. And yes, we're glad you're here as well.
We are glad.
Thanks for joining us. Cruising with Ange says, cruising Disney Alaska is wonderful. It's going to have a great time. I can't wait till we get to do that. The characters and their Alaska gear. And...
Brother Bear.
Ooh, tell everybody I'm on my way. Carrie says, yes, ours is 5-night fantasy in February. So it is still fantasy.
For the Pixar.
Pixar Day at Sea. Okay. Still fantasy, but 5 nights for now for the Pixar Day at Sea. And that's plenty. We'll have a great time.
Yeah, no, we loved it.
RSTAFSO768 says, just booked my first ever Royal Caribbean cruise going to Aruba and Curacao. So excited. Inspired by a lot of your RCCL travel and testimony. Have done 4 with DCL. What would you say is the top 3 differs, as in differentials, as in differences between Royal Caribbean and Disney Cruise Line?
Well, number 1, no casino on Disney.
That's a big one.
That's pretty big. 2, I would say dining. Disney has the rotational dining.
Royal's a lot more flexible with my time dining. If you're going to the main dining room, it's just the one main dining room typically. But they also have the buffet open for dinner, which Disney does not.
Yeah, Royal usually has more specialty
that's right.
restaurants available. Disney will have 2 or 3 at max.
Which are adults only.
Right.
Royal's open to everyone for the most part. So
so that's a difference. And then number 3...
I'd say just general atmosphere,
right? Vibe, right?
I think Royal Caribbean's the best standard cruise line, but at the end of the day, it's a cruise, and it's just kind of your flavor if you like Royal Caribbean or Norwegian or Carnival or et cetera, et cetera. Whereas Disney, we've said it before and we'll say it again, it doesn't really feel like a cruise. It feels like an adventure that happens to be a cruise.
You're there for the magic.
Yeah. So
it's a great product. It's a great cruise product. But you're there because you love the magic.
And just, I'll add an honorable mention. You said 3. I hate breaking the rules, but I do feel like this is worth mentioning as Icky joins us.
Icky.
On average, the Disney Cruise Line staterooms are larger, nicer, and just the general upkeep of the ship as well. I don't think you said which ship you're going on. So it's Royal. If they have a newer ship, it's still really great, but Disney keeps up with their old ones. But you'll have a great time. We're sure of that either way. And Carrie says, we have been rewatching your Pixar Day vlogs. Oh, yes. Get excited.
Oh, good.
Get excited.
It's so much fun.
It was such a great cruise.
It was.
Super Tales. And once he says, Buzz Lightyear says, unnamed ship with a Tomorrowland theme following the Disney Destiny. That would be cool.
A Tomorrowland ship. That would be fun.
But it's so hard, right? Because this is the issue Tomorrowland and Disneyland and Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom has always run into is eventually it becomes outdated.
I would love a Pixar themed ship.
That'd be crazy.
That's not going anywhere.
Well, no,
but
that's the thing. They're incorporating Pixar into the ships already.
Right.
No, I agree. A full on would be awesome, but they're already sprinkling it in.
They're working on a whole other level.
I'll just go with, and Chelsy can back me up on this. Universal changed the name of their whatever to like Universal Destinations and Experiences. And I have said for years that Universal should get in the cruise game because they could do a cruise line much like Disney with all of their IPs and stuff and kill it if they did it right. And maybe, just maybe, it is starting to head that direction.
Well, you'll know if they do because
we'll be there.
We'll be on that first one. I mean, as long as we have control of the situation.
Travel Life says we did have a blast on the Alaska cruise. You guys did an awesome job with everything.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad.
It's only as good as the company, right? So
that's true.
Susan says, any plans to go on the Ovation post-renovation? We are booked for December out of LA. We do not have any plans, but that's always a possibility. When we start planning out what we're going to do, we are typically looking for things like that. Like I know Harmony is about to be renovated, so we've been wanting to do Harmony. We held off because it's going to be renovated. So It's always a possibility. We don't currently have any plans. Only cruise plans we have right now is that one in April, the Liberty or whatever,
right,
to Bermuda. I think that's literally the only cruise we have booked right now.
Right now, yes.
So there you go. But we'll see. Never know. Keep it open. Jason says, I appreciate you guys. We are heading on Allura the 22nd of February and excited about it. I have booked 3 future cruises through your group, and Sonia has been great.
Because she is great.
Thank you so much, Jason.
She doesn't even have to try. She just is.
Easy peasy.
Beautiful. Cover girl.
No, okay. I like that. I was going to say, no, but I was going to say easy peasy lemon bar squeezy.
Lemon bar.
Lemon post bar squeezy.
Lemon post bar squeezy. That one works.
That doesn't really roll off the tongue, though.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Cruising Complete says, congrats to the 2 of you on the home build. I hope it all goes smoothly the rest of the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So do we. But
yeah.
we know we're not completely naive. We know that that's not likely. But, the red tape is usually the hardest part, right? So if we can just get going.
Yeah, it's... Look, like I said, we could be in a worse situation.
100%.
We have shelter, we have food, we're okay.
We have cats. One is here, the other is asleep in the bed.
Yep.
Friday the 13th Fiend says, congrats on the move and things moving forward with your new property and future home. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Oh, I like this. C.S. Harrison 2011 says, you're pioneers. Love it. Good luck. Pioneers, Brian.
Pioneers.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Manifest Destiny. Westward Expansion.
Can you see Icky right now?
Yeah, I can see him there, and I can see him on the screen.
Do you see the arm? He's being a little cuddle.
I want to snuggle.
I want to see my little boy.
Here he comes. Magic in Michigan says, hello from Michigan. So sorry we're late. No, thank you for joining us.
You're right on time.
Appreciate that. Cynthia says, where did you guys move to? This was probably submitted before we covered it, but North Carolina. We're in North Carolina now. The Tar Heel State. Brittany says, completely understand. I lost my dog around the same time. She was with me 14 years. Can't wait to watch the memories you made. Well, we're sorry for your loss.
I'm so sorry.
But yeah, we hope you'll watch it and enjoy. We think you will. We really do. Kimmy says, can't wait to see the road trip.
Yay!
It was a good time. It was a really good time. Cynthia says, look forward to that series of videos. Sending you guys love. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, they'll be coming. Like Chelsy said, she's working on it. That's the next series.
My goal is to have it, the first one posted on Sunday. That's my goal right now. As long as, like I said, we have some weather coming and stuff this weekend. So as long as, I don't know, the internet doesn't go out or something, I think we should be on track for that. But that's my goal.
Friday the 13th Tween says, we can't wait to watch the Route 66 videos. Would love to do it someday. Highly, highly, highly recommend.
Very much recommend.
And Carrie says, looking forward to seeing the Route 66 vlogs. Excellent. I'm glad everyone's excited. Liam says, look forward to whatever content you upload. Big hugs to you, Chelsy. I'm sure the videos will be a great memory to look back at. Route 66 sounds like a fun, interesting adventure, too.
It was
really
great.
is. It really is.
It was a wonderful trip.
You know what's funny is Liam mentioning that. One of our favorite shows of all time, because Liam and Rachel from the UK, one of our favorite shows of all time.
Oh, yeah.
An Idiot Abroad with Carl Pilkington, and he did Route 66.
It was it was produced by Ricky Gervais and
Stephen Merchant.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with the show. If you're not, we watched it dozens and dozens of times.
It came out in 2011, 2012, somewhere around there.
It's been out for a long time, but it's so funny. It is so funny. The second season, on one of the episodes, Carl Pilkington does Route 66, and it was just funny the whole time because we were just quoting that episode the whole time because it was stuff that we had been seeing for years, watching that.
But it was funny hearing someone from England say, this is such an American concept.
Right.
No one ever says, oh, I'm going on the M1 today, are you?
Right.
So it was just kind of a funny take there.
Yeah, I very much recommend it. It's hilarious.
Carrie says, when you guys said you moved, we thought you guys were already in a house. Didn't know you'd have been a camper this whole time. I hope the house building goes smoothly for you guys from here on out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It will get there.
We'll get there. Here's the thing. Good things are worth waiting for.
Absolutely. And this house design is designed to be DIY friendly and built quickly.
Yeah.
It's not a standard stick build, so it should go quicker than normal.
Also, a silver lining to the whole situation, right?
Silver lining playbook.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Bradley Cooper.
Robert De Niro.
That's right. And I don't know who else because I haven't seen the movie.
Silver lining of it all, I will say, I do think we'll be much. We always, just in regular life, try to be like appreciative human beings and stuff
100%.
like that. But just in life and stuff, you do kind of like take stuff for granted, and you whatever. Like I will not take a hot shower for granted again. I will not take like not having to go to a dump station for granted. I will not take electricity for granted. Like there's it. I do think it'll make us more thoughtful and appreciative humans by the end of it. So
100%.
That's always a good thing when you can grow in a good way.
Ashley Cruz fan says, I'm here for all the Hoffman videos. Cannot wait to see the Route 66
Yay!
vlogs.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad there's people excited about it.
And the Friday the 13th Fiend says, everybody hit the thumbs up on this live chat.
Oh, well, that is nice.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And Liam says, hope you guys get your house sorted soon and it goes smoothly. Thank you. I think it will. I think it will.
It'll all work out.
Happily Ever After says, so nice to see you guys again. So nice to see you.
Yes.
Thank you for stopping by.
Being here.
T. Broa says, any information on the new Discovery class? Nope.
I mean, I saw probably what you guys saw with, the new class of ships and stuff like that, but we don't have, like, any special travel agent information or anything.
Nope. Ashley says, did y'all see the announcement about Royal Caribbean's new Discovery class? Seems super exciting, especially to go on a newer ship to more exotic locations, maybe in your future. Oh, so maybe this was the one that Mel, our Royal Caribbean strategic account manager, who's amazing, he had told us about this a while back, that they were looking at maybe not doing, like they're still going to keep doing the mega ships, but they wanted to kind of dial it back to explore various locales.
So they can fit into more cruise ports around the world.
So I guess we knew that. But...
yeah, but we... I think we talked about that a while, like maybe a year ago. I don't know, but yeah, we don't have any like exclusive skinny on it or anything right now. Obviously, it's a very new thing that's been released. I think 2029 was the expected date. But yeah, it's always exciting. A new class of ship is always exciting, right? Because it's so much to explore.
Let's see here. Cynthia says we sail on Adventure of the Seas next Friday from Port Canaveral. Definitely looking forward to leaving cold New Jersey. Fun fact, we actually found your channel through the cruise Restart Sailing, because that's right, that was on Adventure of the Seas.
It was,
the first cruise back, we left from Nassau, which was wild. We had to fly to Nassau, take a COVID test there to determine if we could go on the cruise or not. This was before
the cruise that day.
That day, you couldn't do the at-home test or get it scheduled ahead from a doctor. Nothing like so. Everyone on that ship literally was rolling the dice that they were gonna fly to Nassau, but it was worth it.
Well, and we didn't even stay at a hotel the night before because it was during COVID, so like staying at hotels and stuff wasn't like the easiest thing to do. And like I totally don't recommend flying on the same day that you cruise. Like, don't do that. But we kind of had to in that situation because like back then like you had to like get COVID tests in order to stay in a hotel and so like it was
wild, man.
I was sweating.
I don't ever want to go back to that.
I was sweating in that hotel, like where we had to take the test and stuff before getting on the ship. I was like, oh my god.
It was wild.
It was,
But have a great time on Adventure.
Yes,
and enjoy the mini golf, the one hole that has the spiral little thing. That's fun.
Yeah.
So. Hannah says, me and my mom and my dad's mom are going on the Disney Destiny on September 21st through 26th.
Yay!
And it's a Halloween on the High Seas cruise.
Ooh,
spooky. Those are fun.
Those are so fun. You get to trick or treat.
You get to see characters and special outfits, and they have a little special entertainment.
Like that Disney lets me trick or treat as an adult.
That's right. Why shouldn't you?
I agree. I mean, I like candy. I like dressing up.
I like candy.
I like that they let me still live that way.
Let's see here. Andrew says, very excited for point choice. Now we can sail Royal and not feel like we are wasting our points. Now we can sail RCL and apply them towards getting to Zenith. Come on, free Wi-Fi and drink package. Hey, it's the whole point, right? Pun. Is that you get to utilize it how you want to utilize it and kind of combine the brands and more flexibility, like we said. So
yeah.
Andrew then followed up by saying, although regardless, we still have a lot of sailing to do to get there. Well, for the stars.
I have no doubt that you guys will get there.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great. I'm glad you guys enjoy it.
Starstruck Rose says, Chelsea's so relatable for panicking at a random commenter. Me too, girl.
Look, I was very green to YouTube at the time and stuff. Like, if someone did that now, I'd be like, what are you talking about? But
blocked.
Back then, I was like, oh my gosh. I thought, like, my YouTube membership card was going to get taken away at any moment. You know?
It's like when we called cruise planners, we're like, you're not going to take away our franchise, right?
Oh, yeah, when it was like
like 2 years in.
Yeah.
And we weren't selling anything.
Yeah.
And now they're like,
before we did YouTube and stuff, so like our sales weren't like great.
Sending us now balloons and popcorn and
happy
birthday, here's a duffel bag.
I was so scared that they were going to take away our franchise. Like,
like,
you're not doing good enough.
What kind of question is that?
I don't know. I sometimes worry about stuff that maybe shouldn't be worried about.
Fall Donuts, what an amazing name, by the way, says STA Talks.
Donut?
Well, Fall Donuts, Mrs. TA Talks. So
okay. Well, I mean, they're relating to you on all cylinders.
That's true.
Fall.
I'm not like the biggest donut person, but I like a good a maple or a blueberry.
That's the thing. It's a fall donut, so
it's a maple
donut
or a pumpkin. Sasha says we have a cruise planned for this August on Voyager of the Seas to Alaska. Very fun. Love Alaska.
Yay!
My favorite destination to cruise to is Alaska.
It's beautiful.
Hoffman.Happy.Travels says, because of your videos, we booked the Disney Dream last year with our kids. Now we're headed to Disney World today.
Oh my gosh! What a good day!
Inspired to start a family YouTube channel soon. Appreciate you guys. Well, good luck. Good luck with that.
Just have fun with it.
Wow.
You know, like just
have fun with Disney World.
Yeah, and have a great time.
Do the Lorcana quest at the Festival of Arts at Epcot.
Oh my gosh.
Do it for us.
If we still lived in Florida, I would want to take a trip down to do that.
Oh, 100%.
But it's okay. I'm okay with that sacrifice, but I'm just saying, like, that sounds like fun.
Friday the 13th Fiend says, are you going to do more group cruises? We can't go this year, but maybe 2027? To be determined. We don't have any plans to, but...
Our day-to-day is very up in the air right now, so, like, we can't make any long-term promises right now, but, I mean, I will say we have really enjoyed the group cruises that we've done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll just have to...
What to see.
See how stuff goes.
Travel Life says 30 days until Symphony of the Seas. Thank you guys and Sonia so much for all the help with that cruise. Well, thank you guys for looking with us. And you're going to have a blast. Watch Hairspray over and over and over again because it's the best.
Go to the first showing, then, like, you can decide if you want to go again because it's that good. You might want to.
Because they said earlier Mamma Mia is the best, but it is really good. But Hairspray was, man.
I mean, really, Back to the Future is probably... I don't know.
It's hard, man.
It's different vibes. It's totally different vibes.
Nan says, I think Legend will have the train restaurant. I think I recall you guys went to it on Utopia. Can't recall what you thought of it. We tried to go to it and could not.
Yeah, that's what happened. We couldn't get in, yeah.
And yeah, they're doing it on different ships, but yeah, we have not been to one. But the other thing is they were telling us that no one could film in there. They
only let people film on, like, the previews, I think.
And we weren't. You have to be invited.
Well, we were invited to the YouTube preview.
No.
You have to be invited to the restaurant.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. On a preview cruise, you have to be invited to specialty dining, and we were not invited to that. So yeah, we haven't done one, so we don't know. Paul says, hi, Happy Hoffmans. Have you released the Route 66 trip you went on a long while back?
You are in luck. We are going... I'm hopefully going to be posting the first one on Sunday.
These aren't timestamps for me, so I don't know when that question came through. Probably before we explained it, but yes. We go back and watch the live before this point. We got into it. Yeah, it's coming. That's the next series. It's like Chelsy said, starting hopefully Sunday. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
And again, going back to that thing about how we talked about people aren't getting, they don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're posting. So if you care about that, you want to keep up with the Route 66, subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn the notifications on. It's the best way. Also, you typically post on Instagram when you've uploaded a video, right?
Yeah.
At least to the stories?
Yeah. When I remember.
When you remember. So you can follow us on Instagram, Hoffman.Happy.Travels.
Yes.
And check the stories there. That's another way to know. Liam says, next cruise for me and my mom will be on Star in September. Can't wait for that. I'm so excited to see Back to the Future the musical. I most likely will also bring my life preserver. Didn't Liam and Rachel see Back to the Future? West End?
Yeah, you saw. I believe you said you saw it on West End.
So,
but
they did it.
And it's obviously a shortened version of what you saw in the UK, but I thought they did a phenomenal job of, obviously I never saw the original source material, but I thought they did a great job of like cutting stuff out, because I would have never even known that it was shortened from what we saw. So I mean, you had to have done a good job, right? Because you're not missing out on anything or nothing that you know of. But no, you're gonna have I'm sure you are absolutely going to love it. I hope you love it as much as the one you saw in the UK.
Liam also said, "Oh, cute kitty sleeping." He is asleep, I think.
His eyes are open, but he's very comfy.
Lady's asleep in the bed.
She's out, yeah.
Fall donuts. Second said it's an apple cider donut with cinnamon sugar. That sounds outstanding too.
You like apple cider donuts?
Yeah. But they also said, how do you guys get over the travel fatigue from the actual travel logistics? We love going places, but get so sick of airports. So, back in when we were moving up here, like right when we were getting that all settled, actually right when we moved up here, we were seeing how sick we were of flying, because we had just done Europe. We had gone to LA for was it Ovation?
It was Ovation. Yeah.
They had a special thing out there for that. We went to Disneyland for a day. Then we went to Seattle for the group cruise. So we were like,
we were pretty exhausted. Yeah.
I don't like flying. Not like I'm scared of it or anything. I just don't enjoy it. So I enjoy the opportunity it brings, but
it's a little uncomfortable. You have very long legs. Like you have it's like a tree trunk. You have tree trunks for legs.
Well, there's that, and then there's the fact that somehow every airline has been given the notice that whoever sits in front of me must recline their seat all the way back, and then keep doing this.
Yeah, you didn't get that email?
They didn't tell me, but that's why that keeps happening. So
so you're not very comfortable on planes. It's easier for me, but it's not. It's easier when they're spread out, right?
That's the thing, because you got to look forward to the trip, so then you kind of almost look forward to the flight, because the excitement of it all. When you're going bam, 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 it does get exhausting.
I also think, too, you have to look at it like, how much is, like, doing 2 layovers going to save me money? Versus how much headache is it going to cause for me mentally, or something like, or it being like an early time or a red eye or something. Like, we've kind of learned over the years, like we need to pick and choose those battles, because it can be exhausting.
Paul said, I guess you guys must have mentioned the Route 66 videos before I fired up your live feed. So hopefully this Sunday. That's awesome. Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Yes.
There's been a big delay, but there was a reason for that, and several reasons, but it is coming. There's the next series on deck.
Yes.
Friday the 13th Fiend says, do you guys have any suggestions for Barcelona to see before a cruise? We are going to be on the 13-night transatlantic from there to Fort Lauderdale on Legend of the Seas this October. Well, that sounds fun.
Friday the 13th, it's going to be on the 13th night sailing. That's fun.
Oh, there you go. So we went to Barcelona in that aforementioned European trip back in April to do the Allure of the Seas, because it had just been refurbished and amplified.
You'll see if you go back and look at our travel day video, it was where we didn't spend like a full day exploring Barcelona. We did a little bit because we had gotten off the plane and we needed to get some rest and stuff like that. So we did go to one of the hot spots, so you can check that out. It was called...
I think it's like La Sagrada de Familia.
Familia, yeah.
Which I'd say that was worth just walking by. I mean, we didn't go in, but just walking by and seeing it.
It was beautiful. Also, too, remember the time of day we were there? They did the bells.
That was cool.
And I don't know, they might do that every hour.
Maybe.
So if you go there, try to go at like the top, you know, like be there during the top of the hour because you might get the bells. And it was beautiful, like it lasted a long time and stuff. But
you can check that playlist too to see like what hotel we stayed at, how to get to and from the airport and the cruise port.
Yeah.
Using the metro and.
Yeah, the metro went great and stuff.
Barcelona was cool, but for us personally, again, we didn't spend a lot of time there. If you said, "Hey, we're going to Rome," before we could give you a lot longer list. But
we were there for longer too.
Barcelona just didn't do too much, but
we definitely recommend that spot.
Ashley Cruise fan says, "How have we not discussed your Jags getting the playoffs this year? Duval or Duval. Either way is perfectly fine. That's right. Got to the playoffs, lost in the first round. Tough break.
It was a good year, though.
It was a great year if you're a Jags fan like myself, and a long-suffering one at that. Feel like the franchise has totally turned around. It's funny for you football fans out there. Chelsy will tell you, back last year, right after we did our last live, I was like at the lowest of lows as a Jags fan. They fired the coach, but they're keeping the GM. No one wants to come here, and then it all changed in 24 hours. And I kept saying to you, like, if I was them, I'd hire Tony Vaselli as the executive vice president. They did that. If I was them, I'd hire Liam Cohen as the head coach. They did that. If I was them, I'd hire Anthony Campanelli as the defensive coordinator. They did that. Mm-hmm. I said I didn't care about the offensive coordinator because we had Liam Cohen. But Grant Udinski's awesome. And then I was like pounding the table for James Gladstone as the general manager, and they did that. So,
like I said, big head, big brain.
We got a 30-year lease, baby. The new stadium's coming.
Yeah.
2028, and the team's back on the rise.
It's a good time to be a Jags fan.
It is. So thank you for bringing that up.
Which is funny because Broas. Okay.
I don't
know. He said, "Will you root for the Panthers or the Jaguars now?" I'm from Jags, by the way.
Oh, shout out to the 904 there. Dude, that's never changing. I told Chelsy long ago the only way I would ever stop being a Jags fan is if they moved from Jacksonville, which I never thought they would do. All those years of the rumors and the smack talk and blah, blah, never thought it would happen. The London Jaguars, I thought that was a crock of you know what. And
margarine?
Yes. Okay. Country crock. And but I never believed that would happen. But I was saying if it did, that's the only way I'd stop being a fan. So no, that is my team. Like we like the Knicks as well. We've become Cubs fans because we went to Wrigley.
Yeah.
But nothing comes close. My whole family, mom could chime into. My whole family will tell you, like there's nothing like Jaguars football for me.
You bleed teal for sure.
I mean, I used to write about them. Like, there's a lot of history there.
Well, you like other sports too. You are like so passionate about football though, and
I love football.
The Jags are your team.
I love Jags.
I love Lamb.
Do I really love the Jags, or am I just saying it because they're there?
I love Lamb.
Thank you for bringing that up, Ashley. Andrew says the rumor is the Discovery class will be the size of the Edge class. Still a big ship by most standards. Well, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
So then, maybe that's not the one they were talking about.
Maybe
I don't know. But it is interesting to see him dial it back, right? Because it's been bigger and bigger and bigger. And then they're saying, let's pull it in. A lot of people get intimidated by the larger ships. I don't think you should. I've said that for years. I don't think you should. I think they're the best, and I think you offer yourself the most chance of a great experience. But I get it, it can be a lot to take in. Nan, did the scroll thing again. Nan said Hairspray is definitely the best. Love Back to the Future, but Hairspray is still my favorite. And they're both musicals, but I don't know, man. Hairspray is just. It's hopping.
Oh, that soundtrack is unbelievable. It's so...
You can't stop the beat.
I don't know how you can leave that theater and not be in a good mood.
So much color. It's the set. Ugh.
The closing, it's probably one of the best closing numbers in musical theater, period. It's just... It hits, yeah.
Paul asks, was wondering how many cabanas did Disney put in at Castaway Cay? We're sailing in August in a concierge room and want to book a cabana. When we get to Castaway Cay, I heard they added a lot. I don't know. I don't know how many cabanas they've added. But I know it doesn't matter because it's always going to go quick with Disney. When it's a premium offering, I mean, they go quick with anyone, right? Like a Coco Cay with Royal, but I don't know the number, but book as early as you can. I'll say that because stuff goes with Disney.
Yeah, it does. People are pretty passionate about Disney.
We didn't get Palo on the Destiny. It was all booked up.
Yeah.
Our free Palo, speaking of loyalty.
Well, benefits. That's the thing, too, is that with those kinds of sailings, with it being like the first...
Oh, yeah, because that was the inaugural.
It was the inaugural, so a lot of people who sail on those, they have the loyalty as well. So, you know, they're getting their free Palo, too.
Well, they got it, and we did not. But we still had a great time. We got to eat dinner with the twins, so...
Exactly, I enjoyed it.
Except the night they skipped dinner to go see the special show twice, and who could blame them? Jordan Fisher singing Happily Ever After,
We discussed skipping that dinner as well.
Yeah, we did.
Gosh, that was amazing. That was amazing. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the cabanas that were added. It says 30. 30 were added.
Okay.
30 new, specifically the Mickey and Minnie Cove cabanas. So, if that's correct, that's what it was. Indigo Steve says, you can't watch a Hoffman video without smiling. Your fun and positive attitudes are a welcome escape.
Well, that's sweet. I'm very glad that you feel that way.
I mean, that's one way to talk to people. No, thank you so much. We appreciate that. That's why we do it, right? We're all just here to have a good time.
Yeah, you have to look at the bright side of life.
Mr. Brightside. Liam says, yes, in London, it was brilliant, and it's leaving soon and doing a UK tour, so hopefully we'll see it on tour, too.
Oh, okay.
Gotta get back in time on tour.
It was so good.
Belly says, I am on Star in 20-plus days, been on many royal ships, but never an icon class. We think it's the coup de grace. It's the coupe de grace. It is the best one.
It's so... We love it.
I mean, how many years have you guys heard us say, what's your favorite? Oasis. Oasis. And then we went on Icon, and we said Icon.
Oh, Icon.
And if we were getting nitpicky because they're very similar, I'd say Star over Icon.
I would too, I think. It's very close.
Very close. But you'll have a fantastic time.
Oh, yes. Have such a good time.
Ashley says, do you all have a preferred luggage brand you use? No. Whatever is on the Target shelf or when we need luggage and go, oh, that one looks pretty good.
We do have a rule of thumb, though. We always get carry-on size, so we can carry it on. We don't have to check our luggage on a plane. 2, we always get the hard shell ones, not the cloth ones, because they repel weather and they're more durable. And
as someone who worked in Bell Services with luggage for 4.5 years at Walt Disney World Resort, do yourself the favor and do not get soft.
Yeah.
They will get torn, they'll get dirty, they'll get wet, they'll crush stuff. Don't do it.
3, we always get a 4-wheeler.
So you can lean or you can just walk it.
And we always get ones where the wheels are like the double, not like the single wheel.
Those will crack and wear down pretty quick, so you don't want those. That's what we go for. I think the brand we have is American Tourister or something like that.
I don't know. Ours are...
Maybe we not have the same brand.
Mine and yours are different. But we usually just get it at Target or Walmart or something.
But the ones we've gotten, it works, so...
Yeah. But
mine's teal.
We live by those rules.
Matthew says, we will be sure to send you an invite to our Zenith sailing in 40 years. Hey, if we're all here to do that, send it. We'll take you up on it.
Speaking of Zenith, just like a little preview to Route 66. I was editing the other day, and we saw that Zenith sign. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do now that you say that. The TV brand.
Yeah.
We know it, again, being 90s kids watching Legend of the Hidden Temple, Double Dare 2000, from Zenith.
Oh, there were references made, for sure.
Oh, that's amazing. See, this is what you're going to miss out on if you don't watch it. Also, please, I want you to watch the whole series, but if you could only squeeze in one, I don't even remember which one it was, so I don't even know which one to tell you to watch. But I went and spent about $5
the ketchup bottle!
$5 or $6 on a bottle of ketchup to make a stupid joke from The Simpsons.
I enjoyed it.
Somewhere. Please put that in the video, because that would just be a waste if not.
Oh, it'll be in the video. I don't know if they're going to know which episode is going to be the ketchup episode.
I think it was somewhere in Illinois, because it was like the world's biggest catsup bottle or something.
I mean, if the catsup bottle makes it into the thumbnail, then they'll be able to predict it. But otherwise, I don't know how they're going to know.
It's probably like the second largest or something.
I mean, it's not like we don't.
No. It was in Illinois.
Okay.
I don't remember which video. It was really early, yeah.
It might only be like the second video or something.
Some bum gas station and a $5.50 bottle of Heinz to make a joke.
I mean, I'm sure we used it.
If it was Heinz, we did.
I would not have let you buy anything but Heinz.
Mrs. Cheese says, good to see you too. Likewise, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Friday the 13th Fiend says, we can't wait to see Charlie and the Chocolate Factory show on Legend.
Oh my gosh, that'll be great.
Hopefully as good as Wizard of Oz on Icon. It has the potential, right? I mean, that's a fantastic IP.
I'm so glad they went back to doing, like, Broadway shows, but also just, like, properties that are well-known, like Wizard of Oz and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and stuff. Like, because those are so much better. You
don't like Pixel and I don't even remember the other one's name.
It was Pixel,
Loom,
Reverb.
Oh yeah, and Captain Thunderpants or something.
Thunderpants! I almost said Captain Magnum. Get in
Magma.
There. Magma. Magnum is Zoolander's new look.
Oh, like Blue Steel.
Yeah, Magnum.
But why male models?
What were we talking about? What were we talking about? Oh,
the
Reverb.
Effectors. The Effectors on Odyssey and Wonder,
I actually did like those shows.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
Like, they're fun, they're good and stuff, but they
we wouldn't go see them again, though.
They don't hold a candle to the Broadway shows.
And it's no slight against Royal. It's just, come on, they're Broadway shows.
Yeah.
They got a name. Yeah, there's Mom saying he will always be a Jags fan for sure. Correct. 100%.
Yeah.
If I've been through it now, I'm not. I mean,
yeah, why would you leave when they're actually doing good?
I mean, I'm not getting into what I've seen. I've seen enough.
Yeah.
Brittany says Hairspray is the greatest. Literally such a feel-good movie if you ever need a pick-me-up.
It really is.
Good morning,
has good messages.
Baltimore.
It has a great ending. It has the soundtrack is just so.
It's good. And it
makes you just want to dance.
Welcome to the 60s. Kimmy says that was an amazing night, and dinners were also amazing. Yes, thank you.
Agreed.
We enjoyed our dinners, but yes,
it was fun.
The special show on the Destiny inaugural, which is in the video, because you were able to film that. We're not usually able to film Disney theater shows, but this was a special one night only, and they did let us film it, so you can go see it. The most of it, did a good portion of it.
Yeah, I had to make cuts more than I wanted to because of copyright stuff. Even though it was sung live, I guess because like people who could like really sing, like I mean, when the woman who voices Meg is singing I Can't Say I'm in Love in front of you, I guess that is going to be flagged for copyright because it's the same. Also, just side note, I feel like YouTube has been getting a little bit tighter on the copyrights, meaning like it's picking up more. They like got some new tech or something.
Add it to the list.
I'm just saying, we're not mad at YouTube, but I'm just saying I've noticed that. Anyway, it was lovely.
Corey says booked on Radiance 4th of July, Chelsea's birthday.
Yeah.
It will be our smallest ship yet. Looking forward to something different. We loved your videos on it. You're my daughter's favorite cruise tubers. Oh, thank you so much.
That's so nice.
And thanks for stopping in and have fun on the radio.
Yes. Have
lots of glass.
Lots of fun.
Lots of glass to take in the sights.
By that he means windows.
Right.
In case you weren't clear.
Paul says, thanks for the information. We want to do Palo too. Much appreciated. Palo.
So good.
Oh. Everyone
brunch
says
or dinner.
Yeah, everyone says you gotta go for the brunch. The brunch is fantastic, but the dinner, don't don't get it twisted. The dinner is excelente as well.
Yeah, it's just two different experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it. And we've done Remy, and now that needs to be like a special occasion thing.
That is I don't want to say once in a lifetime. You can do it more than once, but I'm just saying, like, that was a very unique experience that, like, I'm glad we did.
Same with the dessert party in Enchanté.
Yeah, same.
Not the same level. Remy is like...
I felt like my palate was broadened in those experiences.
The salt at Remy. I know it sounds stupid, but that was like, it was amazing. Go watch the video, you'll see.
But Palo, I could just eat every night. It's so good.
Diablo NYC2 says, how was the Tesla? Recently had a chance to try full self-driving by Disney. Loved it. We love our Tesla. I'm assuming this is coming up because it is featured in the Route 66 trip. We did get into that because that's what we have is a Tesla, and we drove that for the whole journey, and we talked about that. And just kind of pulling back the curtain a little bit on that trip we were talking about with Bandit, without our Tesla, I wouldn't say it wouldn't have been possible, but it was made so much easier.
It would have been a different trip.
With the extreme climate, with the heat and all that, because it has the pet mode.
It has the camping mode.
The camping mode, because we did camp in it for several nights.
Yeah, we slept in the car several nights.
We love it. We love our car. It's fantastic. That's our favorite vehicle we've ever owned. So we don't do the full self-driving. Haven't done that, but I just enjoy driving it myself. Friday the 13th Fiend says only use Heinz here too. That's right. It's the best. Diablo says Effectors was great. Only caught the Odyssey and Icon. What are the other episodes and ship? So Odyssey and then Wonder. Icon, I guess they did. Did they have the
episodes?
They had like the Effectors Parade or something like that, I think.
I don't know what the question is.
The Effectors show.
Oh, where they were featured?
Yeah.
Effectors.
Odyssey and Wonder.
Yeah, Odyssey had Effectors 1 and Wonder had Effectors 2, or vice versa.
I think that's correct. I think what you said is correct.
And then Icon had the Parade, and that's all I know of.
Yeah, that's all I know of.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Carrie says, I wanted to post the whole show too as just a video by itself, but yeah, too much copyright from it. It was unfortunate. But
I was so surprised that it flagged it so much, just because since it was a live performance. But what can you do? I'm glad we had the opportunity to at least show some of it because it was incredible.
And then C.R.U.I.S.I.N.G says, what's up, Hoffmans? Our Jaguars beat themselves once again. Promising season, though. It was a very promising season. And, you know, I told Chelsy during that game, I said, I hope they win, obviously, but I'm actually kind of satisfied even if they lose. I didn't feel like they beat themselves too much. I thought they played well. I thought they ran into a tough team with the Bills. So, you know, it's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So, with Josh Allen. And, yeah, I mean, could they have played better? Absolutely. It wasn't to their standard. But they have set the foundation for a promising future ahead. So, very excited about that. And with that, we have caught up on all the comments.
We caught up!
It only took us almost 2 hours.
Well, I enjoyed the 2 hours.
Absolutely.
It was great.
If anyone has any last-minute comments, questions, or anything, go ahead and send them here. But we'll go ahead and start winding it down here. Let you all go about your business. Back to your Thursday evenings. Getting ready for your weekend.
We haven't even had dinner yet.
We have not. We're going to do that. Watch some funny videos. Might play some Lorcana.
Lorcana night.
Lorcana. We love it. It's great. So, yes, there you go. That's what's been happening with us for the past year plus since you last saw us live.
Thank you for letting us bend your ear with it, because I know it's kind of like quite a lot going on, and but yeah, it's like I said, very transitional time for us. It has been and will continue to be for a bit, but you know, it's good stuff. It's like I said, good things are worth waiting for.
100%.
And I fully believe us building this house is the right thing to do. It's what we were meant to do and stuff, and it'll be great once it's done.
100%. So thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for listening. Please, 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 you know, we always want you to watch our videos and stuff, but this Route 66 one really means the world to us. And again, we think you guys will really just get a good kick out of it, enjoy it. and just have some casual fun, get to see something you may have never seen before, and just witness pure joy at its absolute essence there. So
it has good stuff attached to it.
So stay tuned. It is coming, hopefully starting Sunday. If not Sunday, it'll be very soon after that. We'll see how this weather goes this weekend. If you're going to be experiencing weather, stay safe, stay warm.
Yes, be careful on the roads. Avoid the roads as much as you can. And stay warm.
Yeah, absolutely. Last little bit here. Friday 13th Fiend says, have a great night, you two, and glad to see you again live.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it. Diablo says, have an amazing night.
You
as
too.
Well. Kimmy says, so happy you read everyone's comments. It means so much to us. So glad to see you guys again. We're glad to see you virtually.
We're just glad that somebody wants to talk to us.
That's all. That's all. Nan says, great seeing you guys. Definitely post house progress. Well, thank you, Nan. We will keep you abreast of such situations.
I'm going to keep myself accountable. I said someone needs to keep us accountable. I'm going to keep myself accountable. We will see you guys in February. We just squeaked in with January. We will see you in February. How about that?
Liam says,
I use my left hand.
That's true. Liam says, have a good rest of your night, guys. Lovely to see you too, and that you're doing well. Night. Thank you, Liam.
So
I know it's got to be super late over there, so thank you for staying with us. We appreciate it. And Sonia chiming in. Thanks to everyone for joining us, especially those up late across the pond. Stay warm and see you soon. Absolutely. So absolutely. She is great. She is exactly right there. Morgan says, great to see you back. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll hope we'll be seeing you all very soon again. And Paul says, just want to thank you for all that you guys post. It's very entertaining and enjoyable. Hope all your dreams come true in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. So we are going to...
And thank you, everybody, for just being nice.
That's all we ever want.
Like, just, thank you for being patient with videos and stuff. Thank you for always just, giving us good energy and stuff. We appreciate that. It's very nice.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Once again, last time we'll tell you, Route 66 is coming. This is maybe the series we've been most excited for in our whole YouTube career. It's not what we typically do, but we really do think you'll enjoy it. So check that out. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and the notifications on that. And the Instagram stuff, Hoffman.Happy.Travels on Instagram. And we will see you guys next time. We don't know when the next cruise will be. We know what our next booked one is, but we'll see if something happens before that. But once we have it, you'll have it. And hopefully we'll see you live in February.
In February. I'm holding myself accountable.
It's the shortest month of the year. You gotta squeeze it in there.
Extra accountable.
Extra.
I mean it. This fist means it.
Thank you all for joining us. Take care of yourselves. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. And until then, happy travels. Dun 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 dun. Two cats in the bed.